Your girl, Michelle Obama.
Obama.
Man,
O to the M to the B to the A to the M.
I got to be very careful because I really want to say some stuff about her. I really do. But I'm going to be respectful because she was the former first lady.
Well, I
But
mean,
she got
just
her and
pull a Felicia Rashad on us. Go ahead with it. Spit it out. You got the TDK Memorex shirt on today.
her.
Hey, you
Hey,
all
you know,
energized.
you be liking my shirts and stuff. But anyway, so she got a podcast with her brother, right? They look alike too. You could tell they definitely brothers and sisters. I love Michelle Obama. I like the way she carried herself when she was first lady. I like all that about her. Is she craving attention? Because she just keeps saying negative things about her husband.
Like you said, it is negative, but not only that. But do you notice though, Cy, that it is more prevalent here than when he was in office, which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
She stayed in the background. I'm not trying to be funny or sexist, raising the children and being the doting wife, right? That she was. Now all
But
of a
did she really?
sudden,
But did she really stay in the background? Because she was pretty. She was out there a few times. No, but go ahead.
yes, no, you're right. But my thing is IMO in my opinion. But you know what that says to me? I'm
What?
Michelle Obama. Where's Craig at in this? Where's his initials? It's IMO, in my opinion, is what the podcast is called.
He probably there for the setup because it seemed like when she made this statement about Obama, it seemed like the brother set the question up, like they knew before, set this question up.
It begs the question that I have for a lot of these women out here, and I'll say it to you too. Would you be attracted to a guy who's not financially sound when you meet him?
I married one.
See, here's what I think about Michelle. I think she's trying to help black women to try to show black women it's not all about the money, because that's really what's being promoted a lot on black women and the TikTok and all these social media sites. Get the bag. I want a man 6 feet. I want a man six figures and all that. And I think she's trying to help and try to show, look, I was with Obama before he had anything. She said a few things about Obama, and I'm sitting there going, at first I was like, why are you talking about your husband? And then I had to think about it and say, maybe she's trying to send a message to a lot of these young sisters. Sometimes you got to get it with a man who's not there yet.
Hustle and flow. You got to hustle and grind together, right? That's what marriage is about. Building. That's what business is about. Building, right?
Right. But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, but this was the president of the United States, sister. You got to be very careful. The only black president, half, whatever, if you half, you want whatever. But he was a black president. Just like when she didn't go to that, was it the Donald Trump? No, the
No,
funeral. I think it was
no,
Jimmy
she
Carter's
didn't go to
funeral.
Jimmy Carter's funeral. She didn't go
She
to
was the
Jimmy Carter's.
only of all the living presidents, of all the living presidents, she was the only first wife that wasn't there. Like she doesn't understand. You have a duty now. You've been first lady. I get it though. Donald Trump did say some crazy shit about her husband. Donald Trump did say some crazy stuff about her.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be the perfect time to show up and what? Show out, right? And as a matter of fact, you know what? Hey, put me right next to that, to the corn Cheeto. Seriously, put me right next to him. Put me next to him, because I'll tell you one person who really missed her not being there is Bush Jr. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking, do you have this affinity or this love relationship with Miss, you just, oh, every time they're in the room, he is just enamored with her. And I agree. As a black woman, but not only that, as a wife to your husband, there are duties that you may not like that you have to do. There are things that you may not want to do, but there is a precedent in which you always have to uphold, and that is the unity of you two coming together, showing up. Now, again, like I said, he could have sat there, because you notice that they put Trump next to Obama. Okay. Or they put President Obama next to Trump, right? They didn't put Mrs. Bush and Mr. Bush next to him. They put Trump. They didn't put Joe Biden next to Trump. They put Obama. So what does that tell you? Not only does that tell me that, hey, that you singled him out as being single, and there we're going to put you next to your adversary.
Okay, Michelle Obama, I respect you. You've carried yourself well. So, when Obama was in office, but now since he got out of office, I don't know if you're bored or whatever, but remember this, sister, you graduated from Harvard. You're not Shanae, you're not Keisha from the block where you take shit personal. You ready to take off the earrings and all that. You was the first lady. You went to Harvard. You come from a good background with your family. Your brother was a Ivy Leaguer, I believe, or at least he was an Ivy League coach. You know what I mean? You got to get over all these. You could be showing young sisters. Sometimes you got to put, like how David Chappelle used to do that skit. I don't know if you remember. David Chappelle used to do a skit called "Keeping It Real Gone Bad." When
Yes.
keeping it real gone bad. That's what that is to me with a Michelle. Even all this talking she doing about Obama, telling I got with him when he was broke. So let that go, sister.
And I think that she's trying to also say that, hey, if you stick and write it out, maybe it's not coming across as that because people are
I
thinking,
believe that.
oh,
I believe that.
you're airing out dirty laundry, but it's really not. I'm telling you the truth. And like but again, that just like you said with the David Chappelle, keeping it 100 when it goes wrong, or keeping it 100 and it goes astray. I think that she's just trying to say, hey, look, I didn't marry him for all the money. He wasn't famous then. He wasn't. But I married him
Right.
for love. I married him for this, and we stuck it out, and here we are. But I agree, she should show up. You should always show up. And like you said, hey, it's the whole thing of, remember what they always tell us, what goes on in the house doesn't leave the house. When we go outside the house, we are a united front. I don't care what turmoil, what we fought about, what we didn't fight about inside the house. We are a united front out here on these front lines for people to see.
Exactly. So maybe she's trying to do something like Hillary Clinton. Maybe she's trying to set up. Maybe she want to do her run for presidency. I don't know. Maybe she said she wouldn't do that, or some kind of politics, because she could be in politics. She got the background.
Yes,
I believe
and
so.
yes, and the legal education, but you know what? I think it's probably too much for her. Meaning, not that she couldn't handle it, but if she was gonna run, she should have ran when the coals were hot. Right now, yeah. Right now, it's saving grace and God's grace first and foremost.
Yeah, so I mean, it's fine, sister. I get it. What you trying to do? You trying to show sisters, young sisters, that sometimes you got to get with a broke dude if you see good in him, potential. Because a lot of sisters don't even want to deal with potential today, and I understand because they've been in a lot of bad situations. Some of them, but some of these women out here, especially on the social media, maybe I shouldn't be watching it, but I have to find content and stuff like that. It's ridiculous how some of the things. If a man don't pay my bills on the first date, the man got to pay for this. The man got to pay for that. And so, what is going on now? I've noticed, like how we talked about Felisa Rashad, a lot of these older sisters are trying to come and show these young girls, but they don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it.
Yeah, but I gotta ask, just like you said with Michelle Obama, you come from a great family, you come from a great background. I hate to say, you've got quarter stock, thoroughbred, right? I don't mean to assimilate to a horse, but you've got some good stock. A lot of women, and especially African American women, okay, what are you coming with? I get that you might have this, but that doesn't mean that if someone is equally matched with you as far as financially six figures, that they're going to treat you right, that they're not going to beat you up, that they're not going to hit you, that they're not going to cheat on you, that they're not, I hate to say it, hey, they're not going to pull a back door on you. Okay. You don't know that. You don't know that. It is all about the fact that, hey, I got mine. Let me help you get yours, and we can get more together, right? Because we're better off
Right.
together than separate. I'm sitting up here trying to say he's got to have this, he's got to have that. But hey, what I mean, what do you need a man for if he for all of that? You only need him to pay your bills?
Exactly. They don't know that you could be sleeping with the enemy trying to get with a rich dude. Matter of fact, there's only so many rich men in this world. And if everybody is craving them, somebody gonna get left out,
And
or
well,
you're gonna have to share. And
let's that right there. Let's break it down though. Of the 1%, how many of that percent is of your caliber and color?
Exactly. And it goes even lower. It goes, but
Lower.
some of these women, they don't care because they're not even thinking about the only color they thinking about is green. But what they got to
Green.
realize is this. What you have to realize is this, young sisters, is this. The king ain't never treated the queen good, ever in history. Okay. And too many of y'all would rather be the king's side piece than the working man's one and only. And that's what's sad. You understand? So I get what Michelle Obama's trying to do. She's trying to show I stuck it out with Obama. I wonder, because there was rumors because of some of the things she says, there's rumors that they wanted to get a divorce. Now, I don't
That's
really
what
deal in
they're
rumors, but
saying. Yeah, that's what the rumors are saying. Site, it's amazing. It is amazing how if you just look at things that are going on in the world and then look at all of the distractions that come up and come to full fruition or come into play. Okay, we're getting ready to drop this about P. Diddy's case. Okay, bring this out over here. So that way people won't be focusing on this and we'll low key brush this underneath the rug and give them this or get them that. You know what I mean? All of these things that are happening. Why is it out of all the 8 years, there was never talk of divorce of those 8 years, but now all of a sudden it's of divorce because people are taking what she's saying and saying, oh, wait a minute, he was broke. He ain't got no money. It's all her money, or it's just all her that made all of this. And that's not the case.
they probably think that because that's what she's been saying. She's the last comment she made is she said she carried him and helped him get through college and all that type of stuff. But which is cool. So now I just she got this podcast now, man. And I hope this is not a case of all the kids is gone. Because when when the kids leave the house, man, it gets boring. I don't want to talk about you women. Y'all do not like to be bored.
Hey,
So
no
maybe she gets
disrespect.
bored.
You
Huh?
could have, you no disrespect. You could have gone to the funeral and had plenty of friends from there. I'm just saying, it's not like you don't have things that you can't do, right? Again, there, but hey, why don't
Exactly. You're
you?
the Obamas. You are
Yeah,
the Obamas in
yeah.
that. I wonder if this is the first time, because we almost winding this down, but I wonder, is this the first time a first lady has
Has
her
a
own
podcast.
podcast or her own show?
I believe that it is. I believe
Have
that it
any
is
other
because
first lady ever had a show? Maybe Nancy Reagan used to be on. I know Nancy Reagan used to be out there speaking and stuff, but I don't know if she ever had a TV show
I
or
don't think
show or
she had it. No, she didn't have a TV show because remember back then technology was not where we are now. And not only that, she had the actor for the husband, Ronald Reagan. I'm just
and she
saying.
used to be an actress. She was an actress when they met. So, well, folks, that's it. And we hope, Michelle, if you're bored or whatever, go get some cats. What's that? Crocheting and all that. Because you're not making your husband look good. This is the only black president we ever have. But, and so you need to, Darneshia didn't hear that. But you need to understand that, man. People look at him. And Obama been taking a lot of strays from a lot of people. So he definitely need his wife in his corner.
Yes, yes,
That was,
yes.
and I hate to go back. I just hated that look at that funeral. It was terrible. It was
And then the way,
terrible.
and
So,
yes, and the way that they had it set up, everybody had their spouse
and the only one who was sitting there was the black man.
without his spouse. Again, that's
That's
how,
crazy.
yeah, that's how society will do us and you.
Okay. All right, folks. That's it this week. Until next week. Peace.
Peace.